In the heart of New England, nestled deep within a dense forest, stood Langridge House, a Victorian-era mansion. It had been abandoned for decades, earning a reputation as one of the most haunted places in the region. Legend had it that in 1899, its original owner, Jonathan Langridge, had met a mysterious and untimely death. His spirit, they said, never left the property. Jess and Mark were amateur ghost hunters with a modest following on YouTube. The rumors surrounding Langridge House intrigued them. Determined to uncover the truth, they decided to spend a night investigating the infamous mansion. As they approached, the house loomed ominously against the darkening sky, its broken windows resembling hollow eyes watching their every move. The front door creaked open, as if inviting them inside. Armed with cameras, EVP recorders, and flashlights, they stepped into the foyer. The air was thick with dust and the scent of decay. Shadows seemed to dance along the walls, and every creak of the floorboards echoed through the empty halls. They set up their equipment in the parlor, a room filled with old, tattered furniture that seemed to have been frozen in time. Jess began an EVP session, asking questions into the stillness. "Is anyone here with us?" she inquired. Silence. "Do you want to communicate?" More silence. Just as they were about to give up, a faint whisper crackled through the recorder. "Leave." Their eyes widened in shock, but they were not deterred. The night wore on, and they explored deeper into the house. In one of the upstairs bedrooms, Mark discovered an old, leather-bound journal. It belonged to Jonathan Langridge. As they read through its pages, a chilling story unfolded. Jonathan had been involved in a series of occult rituals, attempting to gain immortality. It seemed he succeeded, but not in the way he had hoped. His body may have perished, but his soul remained trapped in the house, forever bound to the rituals he had performed. Suddenly, the temperature in the room plummeted. Their breath fogged in the cold air. A low, mournful wail resonated through the walls, growing louder and more anguished. It was as if the house itself was crying out in pain. Panic set in. Jess and Mark scrambled to gather their gear and make their way back to the front door. As they reached the foyer, Jess abruptly stopped. She felt a cold, invisible hand grip her wrist. "We need to go now," Mark shouted, pulling her towards the exit. They burst out of the house and didn't stop running until they reached their car. Trembling, they took one last look at Langridge House. The whispering stopped, the temperature normalized, but the feeling of being watched never left them. They uploaded their footage to YouTube, sharing their terrifying experience with the world. The video quickly went viral, but Jess and Mark knew they would never return to Langridge House. The haunting was real, and they had no intention of becoming another ghost story in its dark history.